1 seed Thunder versus the visiting 2 seed Rockets. We pick this up with 2 minutes left in the first. Rockets up 5, and it's showtime. Eason Venmo's Jalen Green for the reverse dunk. That was tough. And then later on in the second, so was this. Alperen Sengun kicking it back old school with the hook shot that gave the Rockets an 11-point lead. Couple minutes later, Jalen Green finds Amen Thompson for 2+1. Thompson had 16. Thunder down 16, their second largest halftime deficit of the season. Fourth quarter, Jalen Green, he was balling out of control. Hold that. He led all scorers with 34 points. Houston up 14 later in the fourth. Sengun puts Chet Holmgren in the blender and throws it down like dominoes. He had 31 as the Rockets snapped the Thunder's 11-game winning streak for a 125-111 win. That's the Thunder's second largest loss.
All right, I see you, Houston. Speaking of the best in the West, how about Nikola Jokic and Chef Steph? Houston maybe putting the league on notice with that win. How about the way the Warriors are playing right now? But, I mean, Nikola Jokic... the gambit.
This is my MVP.
Yeah, right. I mean,
that's my
listen,
MVP.
The best year he has ever had, and he ain't likely going to win it because of SGA, but I mean, I don't know if we've seen anything like what Jokic is doing this year. Speaking of never before seen, Chef Steph always cooking something special up for the people.
What?
A great second quarter from Curry and the Warriors gives them a 6-point lead at the break. In the third, Jokic stepping way beyond the arc and drilling that 3. Nuggets trying to come back. Another triple from Jokic. They cut the lead to 2, but Golden State has this gear now with Jimmy Butler and Guy Santos in the corner, missing a 3. Now, of course, it's Chef Steph picking up the scraps and cooking up something nice. More Curry on the feed from Draymond Green. The release is just too damn quick. 114-102 when Curry steps inside the arc. You don't need to shoot all 3s. He had 36, so too did Jokic, but the Warriors win yet again.
We head out to L.A. where we saw LeBron, Luka, and Reeves lead the Lakers to a dub. Each of them dropped 25 points and 5 assists for the second game this season, matching the most such games in Lakers history. And then out in the East, we saw the Celtics get the win after blowing the Suns out by 20. Boston hit 14 three-pointers last night, breaking the record for the most threes in a single season by any team in NBA history. And finally, the Pistons win over the Raptors last night, secures their spot in the NBA playoffs. Detroit becomes the first team in NBA history to reach the postseason after finishing 14-68 the year before. So if we're talking hoops, we're talking to Anscape's David Dennis Jr. And David, it is crazy to think that this Pistons team only won 14 games last season, the fewest in the league, and now this glow-up that J.B. Bickerstaff has them under is one of the best turnarounds in NBA history. How do you put into context the type of job he's done?
J.B. Bickerstaff is the coach of the year this season, and it's not really close. I thought that a few months ago there was no chance that anybody was going to beat Kenny Atkinson for that position, but J.B. Bickerstaff and this turnaround that he has done with this Pistons squad, as you mentioned, the worst record in the previous season to then go into the playoffs the next season, tripling the wins that they had in the season previous. That's never been done. I'm willing to go beyond having J.B. Bickerstaff be coach of the year. Let's write a Disney movie about this dude and what he's doing with this Pistons team right now. Because beyond just what he's done with the Pistons team, the beauty of his story right now is the fact that he got bounced from that Cleveland team, and you're watching what Cleveland is doing, being the top team in the East. And instead of having a situation where he has to watch that from the sidelines, he's creating his own legacy over here with Detroit after getting kind of a raw deal with that Cleveland team. So it's just beautiful to see that he's just not having to watch how good Cleveland's going. He's doing his own thing in Detroit.
Yeah, you can't always control what happens to you, but you can control your reaction. And listen, what Bickerstaff has done is amazing. Now we go from the 5th seed in the East to the 5th seed in the West. The Golden State Warriors, they looked cooked earlier on this season, but it seems like they just needed a butler to help serve them up a couple of wins. With Steph and Jimmy in the lineup, they are 20-2. That's crazy. Listen, is there any cap in my rap if I'm saying that this team is a title contender?
The Golden State Warriors are absolutely a title contender. They've been a title contender since the moment Jimmy Butler walked into that locker room and started playing for that team. Just look at what they have. Look at these numbers by Steph. 42 points, 6 assists, 50% from three over must-win games. Games against Memphis, games against the Lakers, games against the Nuggets, teams in the West that are above them in the standings, and that is how he has performed. You want to ask how the Warriors would look come playoff time? They're doing it right now. They've spent the last 2 weeks essentially on the road. Then you go and play the Lakers, and then on the very next day you have the Denver Nuggets, and you dominate those Lakers and those Nuggets. The way that Jimmy Butler is melding with that team, Draymond Green making a late push for Defensive Player of the Year, and Stephen Curry, the way that he is playing, showing that yes, he can be the best player on a championship team. If you're in the West, I don't care who you are, OKC all the way down, you do not want to play the Golden State Warriors anytime between now and June.
Yeah, Steph Curry still very much has a dynasty alive. The Warriors have the 5th best odds to win the championship, according to ESPN Bet.
Let's keep it on the hardwood, shall we? Lakers trying to make a playoff push in a crowded Western Conference. LeBron James and the Lakers taking on the Pelicans. Under 7 minutes left in the first quarter, James goes to block Jose Alvarado. Alvarado gets the score, but James comes down, grabbing his hand. Take a closer look at it. The thumb gets stuck in the rim. Ouch.
I hate it when that happens to me.
Oh, because you're dunking, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I don't know about that.
You got to be careful, Bron.
James is getting his hair wrapped up on the bench, but comes back into the game under 8 minutes left in the second quarter. James turns around, knocks down the jumper. The hand still works. Lakers lead by 1. Under 3 minutes left in the second, Luka Doncic, that goes in. Doncic has missed his last 11 three-point attempts dating back to Monday, trying to get things rolling. Third quarter, Lakers up by 1. Austin Reeves drives inside, gets the bucket plus the foul. Reeves had 30 points in 4 of his last 5 games. Doncic again nailed the long 3. He finished with 35 points. Fourth quarter, Reeves comes up with the loose ball, goes behind the back, throws it up to James. Right here up the court for the two-hand jam. The thumb is fine. It didn't get hurt that bad. James with 27 points, 8 assists, and Lakers go on to win it 124-108.
Hey, how about the 1-seed Thunder visiting the 2-seed Rockets? And Houston, bad hosts. Just bad hosts. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rockets on the fast break. Oh, my. Tari Eason. Alley-oop to Jalen Green. That's just ridiculous. Rockets up 7 after 1. Up here in Şengün. Hook shot. The lead is 11. 5 minutes left in the second. Green driving, kicking to Amen Thompson in the corner for 3. Rockets up 69-53 at halftime. Thunder's 16-point deficit, second largest halftime deficit of the season. To the fourth quarter we go. Green for 3. He had 34. The lead is 14. 2.5 minutes to go. Şengün to Chet Holmgren. And Chet, oh, nice move, Chet. Şengün with 31. 7th 30-point game of the season. Rockets roll 125-111.
All right, let's say good morning to Anscape senior writer David Dennis Jr. And I've been telling you guys about this Houston Rockets team. This did not look like the same Rocket squad that the Thunder faced their last 4 meetings. David, how much does this win affect how you think Houston could be playing during the playoffs?
Why you got me doing this? Why you got me here in the morning? Got to admit that I was wrong and that you were right. First thing, we can't be doing this now. Come on now. I feel like this is a setup. But you were absolutely right. I know. I got you. Go ahead. Talk your stuff. You were absolutely right. And I've been slow to come along on this Rockets team a lot because of how I felt about their fourth quarter execution and their offense. But that defense last night, that defense looks like a defense that can shut down anybody. Look at what they did to the best team in the league, namely the MVP, SGA. He only shot 2 free throws last night. Think about the discipline it takes for a guy who usually gets to the line 9 times to only shoot 2 free throws. They were in zone. They were in man. Amen Thompson was grinding on them and giving them a hard time. Then you add in the fact that Jalen and Şengün combined for 65 points. This looks like the Rockets team. I've been saying if you're in the West, you want to play this Rockets team, I'm going to have to eat crow. This looks like a Rockets team that you do not want to face if you're in the first round.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to face this Rockets team, especially how they dial in on the defensive end of the floor. So the Rockets' magic number to clinch the 2 seed is now down to 2. After that, just 2 games separate the 3rd-seeded Lakers from the 8th-seeded Grizzlies. So, David, which of these teams do you trust more going into the playoffs?
It's the Golden State Warriors, and it's not just the Warriors as a team. It is one person. It is Stephen Curry. Out of everybody, every player in the West, I trust Stephen Curry the most out of anybody to come through in the playoffs and execute. This guy's led multiple teams to championships, and right now he has been unleashed and unlocked with Jimmy Butler on that team. They've essentially played 2 weeks of playoff level basketball to stay out of the play-in, and look at the last 3 games that they played on the road against Memphis, on the road against the Lakers, and then at the end of a 2-week road trip at home on a back-to-back against the Nuggets, where the guy on these 3 games is averaging 42 points during that stretch. He is playing at the best level we've seen him since they won a championship in 2022. I trust him individually above anybody else in the NBA to get a team to a championship.
Steph Curry knows what time it is. The playoffs are right around the corner. As it stands right now, Steph and the Warriors would take on the Nuggets in the first round. Jay Harris, Amina Smith back here with you on SportsCenter. Suns taking on the Celtics inside of TD Garden. Celtics enter the game 8 threes away from breaking the NBA record for most in a season. Previous record, 1,363 from the Warriors in 22-23. Jaylen Brown pulls up from deep. That one is good. He'd have 31 points. A few possessions later, Jason Tatum, 1 dribble. He knocks down another 3. He'd have 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Early second quarter. Kristaps Porzingis from the top of the key. It's good. Celtics up by 13. That one tied the 3-point record. Peyton Pritchard, he shoots it, makes it. Celtics set a new NBA record for most threes made in a season, 1,364 and counting. Early fourth quarter, Cody Martin drives the basket, goes for the dunk, but misses. Take a look at this. Porzingis gets hit hard in the face with the block, elbow to the nose, blood just everywhere, pumping up the crowd. And here's Jaylen Brown on Porzingis.
I told KP, the stitches, they can't make you any uglier than what you already.
Well, that's one way to look at it. Porzingis had 15 points in 23 minutes. The Celtics go on to win 123-103. Take a look at the Cavaliers taking on the Spurs. Cavaliers won 4 consecutive games versus the Spurs dating back to last season. Late first quarter, Evan Mobley attacks the basket, gets a 2-hand slam to go. Mobley had 18 points in the first quarter. Cavaliers forcing a turnover on the break. Donovan Mitchell knocks down the 3 in transition. Cavs went up into the half 67-50. Take it to the fourth quarter. Darius Garland curls off the screen, shoots the 3, makes it. Cavs up 110-97. Later in the fourth quarter, Chris Paul jacks up a 3, misses that one, but Stephon Castle is there for the rebound, kicks it out of Harrison Barnes, and that 3 is good. Moments later, Chris Paul drives the baseline, finds Barnes in the corner for 3. Spurs trail now by 1. Spurs ball with 4.6 seconds to go in the game. Barnes spins to the middle of the paint, shoots a baby hook for the win, but misses it. Tough miss for Barnes as he had 12 points in the quarter. Spurs will go on to lose 114-113.
I'm on fire. The NBA